What's up guys, how y'all been doing today? So today is gonna be a story time video. I haven't done a story time in a long time and I always like doing them. If that isn't your cup of tea, you can obviously watch another video, some drama or anything else, but if you like videos like this, then continue watching. So this is a story I've heard when I was 15 or something, and this happened to a friend's mother, so it's a second-hand story, so I can have some details that aren't fully correct, but let's go into the story. When my friend's his parents were young, they used to go to parties or just to drink or to go to friends like most people do when they're in the late 20s. They were young parents, so they're still doing that. But obviously when you are going to a party or you're going to drink, obviously someone needs to look at the child and stay home most of the time, or you need to have a babysitter. So mostly the father would go drinking and go to parties and do all that fun stuff when the mother stays with the child. Nothing too unusual, so the mother would stay at the house with the child. For some further context, this was a house that was around the Second World War, so pretty old, but it was still a pretty good condition, and this is kinda important for some other context. So because the house was old, there was a lot of old technology, including they had an old mobile phone. I mean, you couldn't even call it a mobile phone, but just a phone, an old 80s phone. I mean, if you are a little older than 25, you know what I'm talking about. So everything was going fine for some time, and my friend's mother was just taking care of a baby and maybe watching some movie, what people do when they're alone, and waiting for the husband to come home, till one day the phone started ringing, and obviously the mother started answering the phone, but it was a dead line. She couldn't hear anything from the other line, and every single time the husband was going to a party or drinking or something, the phone was ringing. So this person was waiting for the husband to go to a party or drinking. So put yourself in the point of view of this mother. That must have been pretty creepy every single time she was alone, and this was in the middle of nowhere, the house, so who could have seen that the husband was going away? That is a good question. So I asked more questions and they never found out who was the mysterious caller. And this entire situation happened many times. She said it happened for 3 or 4 months every single time, because the husband was going for drinks and parties every week or something, because he was pretty young and the mother was staying at the house. So the father, at some point, the husband, stopped going at parties because his wife was getting really scared about the situation, because every single time she was alone with the child, the phone was ringing and nobody was really on the other line, nobody was answering the phone. So at some point they were going to the police because they were pretty scared, especially the woman, because she obviously was the person that was alone when being called, and they couldn't find any trace of the other caller, because in the beginning I told you it's a pretty old house and the phone was pretty old, so they couldn't really find out who the person was. So to this day they have legit no idea who the mysterious caller was that knew every single time the husband was going away, because maybe he needed to stalk them or something, because how else the husband is getting to a party or something. Obviously it could have been someone at the party itself, a friend or something like that, but if you want to spook someone that badly, well, there's obviously something wrong with you, because this woman, my friend's mother, was pretty terrified about the entire situation, which is, understandable. If some stranger is calling you at late times when you're alone and is not answering, you obviously want to know why this person is doing this. So I hope you enjoyed today's story time. This is more creepy type of story. I know it's gonna be October pretty soon, so I hope I'm gonna upload this before October, but I hope you find some enjoyment out of this video. And if you enjoy storytime videos, well, leave it in the comment section.